Level 1. The Lookout. It begins at the bottom. The Plaza Boss needs eyes on every corner, and today, those eyes belong to you. You're 15 years old, sitting on a sun-bleached plastic chair outside a bodega in Culiacan. You've got a lukewarm Coke, a burner phone, and one solitary mission. Watch the asphalt. If a military convoy rolls by, you text the word bird. If you spot blacked-out SUVs with reinforced glass, you text snake. That's the rival cartel. Your paycheck is $100 a week, paid in crisp cash with 0 receipts. To the upper management, you aren't a person. You're just part of the street furniture. But you're a quick study. You watch the local police cruise by twice a day, waving at you because they're already on the payroll. The only real ghosts are the Marines. They're the ones who can't be bought. One afternoon, a tactical unit screams through the intersection. You freeze, your thumb hesitates, and you miss the window. 30 seconds later, your phone vibrates violently. You sleeping? Where's the signal? A man shadows over you. He doesn't scream. He just stares with cold, hollow eyes and whispers, "Next time you forget, we bury you in the dirt." You never forget again. Level 2. The Transporter. You've survived the streets. Now you're 18. A recruiter corners you at a gas station with a simple question. Can you drive? You know the answer. The next morning at 6 a.m., you arrive at a nondescript warehouse. There's a white semi-truck idling, its trailer overflowing with watermelons. But beneath the fruit, welded into a hidden compartment in the chassis, sits 500 kilograms of pure methamphetamine. Your route: Sinaloa to Tijuana. 8 hours of pure adrenaline neo-Tijuana. 8 hours of pure adrenaline. If a canine alerts at a checkpoint, you're looking at 20 years in a cage. If you make it, you walk away with $3,000. You drive with white knuckles. Every time a pair of headlights appears in your rearview mirror, your stomach turns. But you deliver. You pull into a dark lot, and men you don't know unload the cargo while handing you a thick envelope. You've never held this much power in your hands. You start doing it weekly. Soon, you're earning more in a month than your father did in his entire life. The same father the cartel executed for refusing to hand over his farmland. Your work becomes a cold routine. You lose your fear, and that's the most dangerous part. Your cousin gets sloppy at a border crossing and gets 15 years in Altiplano. The cartel doesn't hire him a lawyer, they just hire a new driver. Level 3. The Collector. After 2 years of flawless runs, you've earned your stripes. They hand you a sidearm and a ledger. You are now level 3. The Collector. In this plaza, every business pays a protection tax. It's the price of breathing. A taco stand owes $500, a pharmacy owes $2,000, the high-end nightclub pays $10,000. You go door to door, collecting envelopes like a dark taxman. Most people pay with a bowed head. They know the cost of defiance. But there's always a rebel. A restaurant owner looks you in the eye and claims business is dead. He has nothing for you. You nod politely and walk away. That night, you return with a crew. You shatter every window, splinter every table, and leave the owner bleeding on his own kitchen floor. The following month, he pays double. You're banking $1,500 a week now. You drive a used BMW and bought your mother a villa in the hills. She cries and hugs you, pretending she doesn't know where the blood money comes from. But wealth makes you a target. Rival factions want your turf, and the feds want a trophy. Every time you step out to collect, you're walking with a bullseye on your back. Level 4. The Cell Leader. You're 25 and you've moved up the food chain. You are a cell leader commanding a squad of 10 men. Your job is logistics and war. The cartel drops 100 kilos of cocaine at your doorstep every month. You cut it, move it to distributors, and funnel the millions back up the ladder. You keep a 10% cut. That's $50,000 to $100,000 a month in your pocket. You are the front line of defense. If a rival group like CJNG tries to encroach on your plaza, you don't call for help. You respond with absolute violence. When a rival crew executes one of your lookouts, you track their safe house. You send 6 men with AK-47s to clear the room. 12 people die in the crossfire. 5 were civilians. It hits the national news, and the government screams for justice, but the governor is on your payroll. The investigation disappears. You're living the high life. A mansion with a pool and a girlfriend who believes you're a successful construction mogul. But you're managing a circus of chaos. Your soldiers are young, reckless, and high on their own product. You have to keep them in line. Sometimes that's a lecture. Sometimes it's a bullet, and the pressure from above is suffocating. The regional boss always wants a bigger cut. If you fail to deliver the numbers, your retirement will be permanent. Level 5. The regional operator. You aren't just a street soldier anymore. You're an architect of shadow. You control an entire city, maybe Reynosa or Nuevo Laredo. You have 5 cell leaders reporting to you, and your office is a rotating series of safe houses that change every 72 hours. You travel in a convoy of armored SUVs with a private security detail. You carry a gold-plated pistol that's more a symbol of status than a tool, because at this level, you don't pull triggers, you give orders. The Plaza Boss wants to expand. You identify the fractures in the rival cartel's territory. You bribe the local police captains to look the other way. Then you coordinate a midnight blitz. 30 of your best men roll into town at 3 a.m. By sunrise, the rival cell leader is hanging from a bridge with a sign that reads, "This plaza belongs to Sinaloa." You're handling millions now. You can't put it in a bank, so you wash it. You buy laundromats, car washes, and construction firms, legitimate fronts that breathe clean air while hiding the rot beneath. You're clearing $200,000 a month personally. You have a wife and kids who think you're a high-stakes importer. They don't ask questions, but the air is getting thin. The DEA has your burner phones tapped. Your lawyer confirmed it. You stop talking. You start using messengers. You sleep 4 hours a night and you don't even trust your own brother. Level 6. The Plaza Boss. You run the state. Every gram of product, every hit, every bribe, and every shipment flows through your desk. You have 500 men under your command, generating $20 million a month for the Federation. But you've become a ghost. No photos, no interviews, no public appearances. You live in a fortress in the mountains. 20-foot walls, thermal cameras, and trained attack dogs. Your work is now high-stakes politics. You sit down with governors and generals. You don't offer threats, you offer opportunities. A suitcase with $2 million, a percentage of the route, or a piece of the empire. Most take the deal. The ones who don't, you find their mistresses, you leak their corruption, or you simply make them vanish. You are a CEO of a global logistics firm. Cocaine from Colombia, chemicals from China, heroin from the poppy fields. You manage tunnels, submarines, and drones. You personally take home $1 million a month, but money has lost its meaning. You can't attend your daughter's birthday because it's a kill zone. You can't visit your mother's grave because snipers are waiting. You live in a golden cage and paranoia is your only companion. You execute 2 of your lieutenants on a hunch that they're talking to the feds. Better a dead friend than a living snitch. Level 7. The Cartel Leader. You've reached the summit. Maybe you inherited the crown, or maybe you took it in a bloodbath. Either way, you are the king. Your organization moves 100 tons of cocaine a year. You have cells in 15 countries and politicians in half a dozen states in your pocket. You're worth $3 billion on paper. But your name is at the top of every most wanted list on the planet. The U.S. has a $10 million bounty on your head. Special forces are hunting you in the jungle. You move safe houses every 3 days. You communicate via encrypted messages that self-destruct. You've had plastic surgery twice to blur your features. Even your own children wouldn't recognize you on the street. You meet other titans to carve up the map. You take Sinaloa, we take Veracruz. Everyone gets rich. Everyone stays alive, for a while. But greed is a disease. Someone always breaks the pact. War erupts. Towns become graveyards. You want to retire? You can't. You know too much. Your own people would kill you just to keep your secrets buried. You are the most powerful criminal in the Western Hemisphere and the most hunted man on Earth. Level 8. Supermax. The ride ends here. Maybe it was a thermal drone, or maybe your right-hand man sold you out for a witness protection deal. You find yourself in a 7 by 12-foot cell in ADX Florence, Colorado. 23 hours a day in total isolation. Concrete bed, steel door, no window, no sound. You will die in this box. No amount of money can buy this guard. No army can breach these walls. El Chapo is in the cell next to yours, and he's never coming out either. You had the world at your feet, billions in the bank, and a private army. Now, you have 4 gray walls and the rest of your life to remember every face of every person you stepped on to get here. Level 9. The Successor. But the machine doesn't stop. The cartel doesn't die with you. Your nephew, your son, or your most ruthless lieutenant steps into your shoes before your cell door even clicks shut. The drugs keep flowing. The money keeps moving. The bodies keep piling up. The cycle is eternal. You were a king. Now you're a ghost story told to keep children in line. Because right now, in Culiacan, there's another 15-year-old kid sitting on a plastic chair outside a convenience store. He's got a Coke, a phone, and he's watching the road, waiting for his chance to climb the ladder. This isn't just a gang. It's a billion-dollar empire built on blood. And business is booming.